Most installers who come to us and actually trust us with their lead generation usually been burnt before. Maybe they've tried buying leads, maybe they've tried running ads, maybe they've even tried doing SEO and getting ranked up on Google, but it hasn't quite gone to plan. It hasn't performed how it should have done. And Ryan at Sola UK was literally no different. And in this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly why he decided to give it one more shot and where he is now and how he's currently doing, because I think the results showed up a lot quicker than he initially thought. So you'll see exactly where he was before, what made him want to pull the trigger, and exactly the results that he's getting now. So stay tuned till the end. Hopefully you find it valuable. So here's the situation that Ryan was in. And I genuinely think that a lot of you guys will be able to relate to this. The pipeline was pretty much inconsistent. You know, you'd have some months which are like unbelievable, especially the summer months, but then there'd be other months where it's just dead. The inquiry volume just drops and you think something's wrong with the site or something's wrong with your ads or something was wrong with the market. And it was the same for him. Now, he didn't want to buy shared Sola leads because he's heard it all before. You buy a lead, it gets sold to 10 other companies, you're racing to the bottom on price and you're racing to actually contact that customer too. So he didn't want to do that. He didn't want any part of it. He tried other things like working with different agencies and he's been burnt before. And he's heard of SEO, but every single time he considered it for his site and for his business, the same fear came up was, oh, it's going to take 6 months. It's going to take 12 months to work. And fair enough. You know, if you think that, you can't keep cash flowing it for 6 months before you see a result. It's just not possible. So the pain of just staying still and not doing anything was still a little bit less painful than the fear of trying something and getting burnt. And that's the position that most installers are in, right? It's not that things are terrible. It's that unpredictability is just constantly in the back of your head. And over time, it gets unbearable. And that's exactly what happened to Ryan when he decided to pull the trigger. He didn't want to be 6 months down the line in the exact same position. That was the line for him. Staying still finally started to feel more dangerous than actually just taking the risk on something which could pay off. But most installers never reach that point. They stay stuck because the fear comes out on top. And yes, the results that we have helped and the strategy made sense for his business. And he could clearly see that it was working. But it's hard to look at that and get a proof of concept when it hasn't been experienced by you personally. So it was that decision of not staying in the same position for 6 months, which caused him to actually pull the trigger. So here's what happened after Ryan's site went live. And I think the speed of it is what people don't expect. He ranked #1 across Hertfordshire in 16 days. And I'm going to show you on my laptop now. If I type in solar panels Hertfordshire into a search bar, he comes out on top and he comes out above multiple different companies with 10 times the amount of reviews than it collectively. You know, more years in the business, more sort of marketing channels operating, but he has that top spot. And it's not just this region either. He's ranking at the top for St Albans, you know, all of these local towns and villages, not just solar, battery storage, Tesla, multiple different key search terms that create an ecosystem, you know, multiple different inquiry channels. So if I just share my screen as well and look at the form spree, he's getting on average 40 to 50 organic website inquiries every single month. And that's not taking into account the inbound emails, the inbound phone calls, which we usually say an extra 30% on top of that. So within 2 to 3 months, he was at a point where the inquiries are coming in and he was booked out on installs for 3 months solid. And that is ultimately what changed his situation from having an inconsistent pipeline to having a pipeline he could rely on. He knows that he's going to be getting these website inquiries in organically because people are searching and he is at the top where it actually matters. So it took him 16 days to rank #1. He got booked out for 3 months on installs. And that's not what he expected when he started. That's what happened. Now, I made a video called How We Ranked a Solar Installer #1 in 16 days. That's Sola UK. And if you watch that video, you can understand exactly the actual brains behind how we did it in some more detail. And if you wanted a general overview of exactly what we would do for your business, there's 2 options. You can also watch a video here looking at our 90-day framework, or if you wanted a bit more of that sort of tailored approach, we can jump in, have a look at your data, your site, where you're ranking, and actually tailor a strategy directly to your business. All you need to do is drop me a DM, find my LinkedIn, find my WhatsApp, drop me a message, and we'll get that scheduled for you. Now, at the start of the video, I said that Ryan had been burnt before. You know, he was skeptical. He didn't think it was going to work. The difference between where he was and where he is now was one decision, and the results arrived a lot quicker than he thought they would. And it's all because homeowners around Hertfordshire are now able to find him when they're actively looking for solar and battery storage. They find his site, they love the look of it, they inquire, and Ryan follows a good sales process to get them through to sale and actually get the install commencing. So that is the only change. The pipeline that was inconsistent for him is now the pipeline that he's building his business around. And it's not rocket science. It's just that now he shows up number one when homeowners around his area are actively searching for solar and battery storage. He comes up number one. He gets the inquiry. He gets the install. And now he's able to scale his install teams, scale his sales teams, and actually grow his business in a way that he wasn't able to do before. And this is what a lot of installers don't realize that they have access to. Because while everyone's running ads and while everyone's buying leads and doing the same thing, SEO done properly is still a massively untapped market in this industry. If it wasn't, we wouldn't have a business, but we do because it works well and we know it does and we've got the results to back it up. So if you want to know what this looks like for your specific areas, you can book a free SEO audit with me in the description by clicking the first link. So we'll figure out exactly what revenue channels you're currently missing out on your site, what the demand looks like in the area, and also some things you can actually implement today for free, which can significantly boost the amount of traffic and the leads that you're getting through your site. And there's never any obligation to actually work with us. So you can book that in the description, but otherwise, hope you found the video valuable. And yeah, I'll catch you in the next one.